Well, this AC is going to be fun to fit. I'm not bothered about the pipes and stuff like that, it's just getting the dash piece in. This piece here. Why? Well, in the PDF that I was sent with the kit, because I found it, I didn't realise it's not in the kit itself. You have to download it. Anyway, I've got that. And it's very vague because here is a printout from an old Rovers North 300 TDI kit, which should be the same, hopefully. But in the PDF that came associated with this kit, it says drill 2-inch hole where necessary. Now, from old, when I've put these in before, if you're not accurate, you can't bend the pipes all that much to go through that little grommet that we were talking about earlier, which I've probably lost now. Also, this AC unit is made for the speakers that were already in the dash, right? You know, your ones that you're in underneath your dashboard. This is going to make alignment particularly difficult. I'll show you. So these weren't original factory speaker mounts. I put these in later. But you can see the idea that this, where the screw holes are here, this bracket goes on the inside, and then the 90 degree comes on the outside here. So you've got not only the height dictated, but the position left and right. That was the problem. Boy, what a lot of fun I had yesterday. I had to get Jim to come and give us a hand to put this AC dash in. I'll show you in a minute, but I'll try and explain to you what the problems are. We have to download the instructions. Okay, that's simple enough, isn't it? It wasn't in the box, you just have to download them. However, the instructions are for a cool air system. It's a different unit. It looks the same, but it's slightly different to the old Rovers North one, which was a Smith seater, which I've only got one, Smith's air conditioning unit, underdash unit, which I've got one left of. Now, in the Smith's one, you've got a diagram here to show you where the hole goes through for the manifold of the dash. Big deal. So I thought it was the same, because in the instructions here, it's got this dude drilling a hole here. Fair enough. And there's you putting the grommets through there and there. Easy, eh? No, not easy at all. Because I had to get Jim to come and give us a hand, because it's heavier on the right hand side than the left hand side. So you can't put the brackets on, and this is what I'm going to show you. It's easy if you've got the speakers, but if you haven't got the speakers, well, that's when the fun started. And of course, I don't know how I can explain this. Well, maybe I could explain it with this box of screws here. So this is looking through the doors at the side of the heater. I know if I tip it this way, the box wouldn't do. But coming out the bottom is the pipe. Now, in reality, the pipe comes out sort of like this. But if you've only got the brackets in at the top, the pipe sticks through the bulkhead further. So what's happening is, say for example this black top is the pipe that's sticking out. It hits the bulkhead before this bit is hitting the back of the dash. So in other words, it's doing an arc. So if you don't know where the hole's going to be, you go underneath it with a Sharpie and mark it out and think, oh, that's where it's going to be. And it isn't, it's going to be a little bit higher. And of course, daft bugger me followed this instruction and already drilled the hole a bit higher. So I was starting to get a bit ticked off, and Jim was getting a bit ticked off and trying to work it out. So we worked out the central position, and to get the hole, we knew where it should be, the line of it, the vertical line of it, but we didn't know the height of the vertical line. So we were getting a bit pissed off because we had it on, off, on and off, on and off, on and off. And in the end, we just joined the two holes together. I just joined the two holes together with a slot and then just put the AC unit in. We found out where it's going to be, and today I'll make a plate to go from the inside of the footwell and rivet it to the hole with some sealer, because you've got the grommet to go through the plate. It's very, very complicated. Like I say, when you had the old Smiths one, you had something to go off. And of course, this old Smiths one was sort of a, well, we say an option extra on the TD5, and the TD5 has the grommet, and some late 300 TDIs have the grommet in the footwell. Well, this one doesn't. Let me go and take the camera off and I'll go and explain about these speaker mats, because it's really... So here's the underdash unit fitted. As we found out, we just put some temporary screws in there because we were taking them in and out. But again, those are the screw holes if the speakers were already in this dash. But the problem was, when I said about cutting the hole in the floor, you can just to see that one at the bottom where we cut it a bit low, it was trying to mark it out that there's a problem. Now the other thing that you've got to mark out is the hole for the condensate drain. That goes here somewhere, so I've got that to do. And also there's a little bracket that's supposed to go on here. I think it goes like that, look. After that it's not too bad. I've still got a screw to put underneath to pull that tight because it sags a bit. But let me tell you about something at the other side. We can see here what happened. Jim and I were using chalk to mark out where this unit should be, because we tried sticky tape and nothing would stick to this vinyl. We tried duct tape, that wouldn't stick, so chalk just cleans off with your fingers. But the problem is, if you've got this in, how are you going to get this panel off to get to your wiper motor? You see, when the design was for this for the TD5, the wiper motor is over there. You take this top dash out and away you go. But getting into that now, going to be a bit of a bitch of a job. Not sure about AC. I'll just open the windows. But anyway, it's going to go. And like I said, these ducts are a lot better than there was before, because at least they're actually blowing down on your knees now or your feet, rather than indiscriminately blowing somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, today I'm going to make that plate. We're going to get this fitted in. And then what? I think I'll start to build the engine up, because I'll be stuck after that. Oh, right, I'm going to end this video here. It's taken me about 3 days to put this together, this bit, because we've had a hell of a carry on getting this air conditioning in line, and this is what we ended up doing. And you see down here, we made a plate. Wait a minute, there it is, just down there. So I made a plate with a hole in it for the size of the grommet, and then put some sticker flex behind it, and then just pop riveted it on. And the reason for that was it was so complicated to line up. It was easy just to do a hole that was like not an oval, but a slot, you know, just a little bit of movement, wriggle room. Then you're not fighting against all the pipes and stuff. So I should really measure that for next time, because no doubt somebody else will want one, and then find out approximately where the hole is. Now, little thing about a bit of warning. I'm glad I did it like that in the end, because I had a 2-inch hole saw to go through this bulkhead, and when you pass the grommet through, there's at least 2 layers of sheet metal together. It's quite thick. So that meant that when you put the grommet through, how do I explain? It was tightening up. There's a slot in the grommet that's just allowing the thickness of one piece of sheet metal. So what happens is, when you've got that one sheet metal thickness, it moves around. You can move it around. When there's 2 thicknesses, it gets tighter. I don't know why, but anyway, it did. So it was a bitch to get through the hole. So by doing the plate, well, easy peasy after that. It was just push it straight in and done. Now, as you can see, around here it was already painted satin black, so I just got a tin of satin black and finished off all the rest of it, so it doesn't look too bad. I washed out all the bell housing, that's good to go. But we're going to put a clutch fix clutch in this and make it a little bit lighter, so that's on its way. Gives us a bit of breathing space. So the next job...